Hello. Today is Monday, May 10th, and today is the first day of a new block. This block is similar to the one I just came off of in terms of exercise selection for the most part. But the main difference is that we are moving towards singles, which is pretty exciting. But unfortunately, today was dookie. It did not go as well as I had hoped to start the block off. Yeah, I think, so maybe it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a Monday session where things just didn't go very well because, like my shoulders were tight and I just couldn't get them, I guess, mobile enough. And I feel like, that's sort of what happened again today. I spent, like 15 minutes, like doing my usual warm up and being deliberate with making sure that my, shoulders are nice and warm. But I don't know, it's just, like that warm up of 165 just felt so weird and unstable that I had to take it again. I don't know. It just wasn't there today, I guess. It really did feel like the big limiting factor. And I think I sort of let that get into my head pretty early on, starting from honestly at this point when 165 felt really weird. But in any case, I figured I'd just shoot for the numbers I was going for anyways, which is basically 10 pounds heavier for everything compared to the week before, which I thought was relatively reasonable given that besides these snatch balances, I guess the only thing that changed to be a single from last block was the hang snatches, but in any case, so that right there was definitely because I just lost it forwards, and so I took it again. That recovery was just little stuff like that was just getting me angry and pissed. But thankfully this second attempt at the top set, the set of one, I guess, I eke out. But yeah, that's how snatch balances went. I mean, they could have gone worse, obviously. I ended up making the heavy set with the weight that I had aimed for, but it was just the little things leading up to that just didn't have me in the right mood or mindset, I guess, for these hang snatches. But yeah, it was just, I was conscious the whole time about how not good my shoulders were feeling, I guess, which I think also played a big part in why I just didn't do well today. Both, I think, the physical limitation as well as just me mentally just being so focused on it the whole day. But with these hang snatches, again, I didn't think it would be unreasonable to aim for 10 pounds heavier than last week, given that I was moving on to singles from doubles. And so last week I hit 205 for the working sets, and this week I aimed for 215. But unfortunately, I never make... My last warm-up is 205, and I never make it, so I was never able to move on past that, and so I just counted the 205s as my working sets. But yeah, I mean, I guess these warm-ups, there's nothing to really harp on, I guess, because it's pretty lightweight, but even here, they just didn't feel very I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It just didn't feel good. There, you see I'm sort of bouncing around at the bottom position, and I feel like it's definitely because, my shoulders aren't comfortable being in that position. Just because, I don't know, they're just, the way my shoulders felt when I woke up this morning, and the way I remember them feeling on that day where I had a similarly bad day, from the same issue a few weeks ago, it felt the same. And so I was like, okay, this is kind of the same thing that happened a few weeks ago. And here on 170, you can see I failed the first rep. yeah, I wasn't happy with that. The second rep was better. Obviously, like I corrected it, but still, I was just like pissed. I guess one thing good though, I guess, in all of this is that 185 and 195, both weights that I was very, very mentally afraid of the last 2-3 weeks or so, I made fine. And then this was my, that was supposed to be my last warm-up. I failed that. And then I was like, I'll take the warm-up again. And then that, like, I knew that, like, it was just not good, even though I guess it could have been a make. Actually, no, I lied. My elbows, like, definitely were bent. So that didn't count. And then I failed that one. And then here, I had already kind of given up mentally. So yeah, I was not happy. Yeah, so that's how that went. Could have gone better. But I don't know. It is what it is at this point. And then moved on to, so this is a little bit different from last block. Last block I did like these 3-position, 3-count snatch holds, but we are moving on to just the whole snatch deadlift and loading it a bit heavier. With these first and second sets, I guess I had enough mental energy to try to play around with my sort of dynamic start, I guess, like just messing around with ways to like get myself in that starting position. So like this third set is how I have been doing it up until now, and then the first 2 sets were a little bit different, where I sort of set my hips higher from the start, and the third one definitely felt the heaviest, and so whereas the first 2 they felt pretty light off of the ground, and so I might keep playing around with that type of start on Friday when I snatch again from the ground. And then this sucked. The snatch push presses and the overhead squats. Again, I had sort of already kind of mentally given up, I guess, by the last set of the hang snatches. And I also knew that like this wouldn't go super great given how my shoulders were feeling. Like even that overhead squat with 135 didn't feel great. But I was like, whatever, we'll just stick to the plan. We'll just keep going. But I was already sort of kind of going through the motions. And then that push press weirdly came forward. So I was just like, okay, whatever, let's just try it one more time. And this 175, which is my, I don't know, it's not supposed to be this hard, but it was very hard. And then I lose it, and I'm just like, okay, let's call it a day with those. But yeah, so that's how that went. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, I guess consistency or lack thereof, I guess lack of consistency is really frustrating. But yeah, I mean, that's not very profound or anything, but yeah, that's about it, I guess.